Hello, we're in Acts chapter 27 today. We're only going to do about half of it. Just for review, last time Paul was in front of King Agrippa and Governor Festus, pleading his case for all the accusations that the Jews had made against him. So we're going to go over Paul sailing to Rome and a storm, and the next time we'll deal with a shipwreck. So Paul has appealed to Caesar. He gets to go and present his case. So they take off for Rome, Paul and a bunch of other prisoners. There's a centurion with him named Julius, and it makes note of a Macedonian from Thessalonica whose name is Aristarchus is with them. They land in Sidon. Julius, who was kind to Paul, allowed him to go with his friends so they could provide need. Not sure how long they were there, but they set sail again, passing a bunch of cities that we've talked about, ending up in Myra, which is in Lycia. There, I'm assuming Julius, the centurion, found an Alexandrian ship that was going to Italy and put all the prisoners on board, including Paul. While aboard this ship, they're there for many, many days. They have difficulties arriving at Cnidus, which was their destination. The winds wouldn't allow for it. They went to the lee of Crete, where they were able to difficultly but still move along the coast. And they got to a place called Fair Havens. They lost a lot of time, so now they're arriving on the Day of Atonement. So Paul gave a warning: men, I can see that your voyage is going to be disastrous and bring great loss to the ship and cargo and to our own lives. The centurion dismissed Paul, followed the pilot's orders. Since it was winter, there's a place called Phoenix that they determined would be the best place to winter, so they were trying to head there. And this is where we come to the storm. It started with a gentle wind that they saw as an opportunity, so they pulled their anchor up. Then they were hit with winds like that of a hurricane. The ship was caught in all this, and they were incapable of getting the ship to head towards the wind, so they gave way to it. They come to a lee of a small island called Cauda, and their ship is falling apart. They try to save the lifeboat. They can't. They pull it up, and they use ropes from the lifeboat to secure the boat they're on. That night, the boat took quite a beating, to where the next day they decided they needed to throw a bunch of things overboard. I'm assuming to keep them afloat. And on the third day, they threw the tackle overboard. This is what would allow them to feed themselves. Days went on, no sun, no stars, no hope. So long times passed now with Paul having no food. He basically was fasting, though not by choice. Paul says, you should have taken my advice not to go to Crete. You would have spared yourselves all of this damage and loss. But now I urge you to keep up your courage, because to whom I belong and to whom I serve, he stood beside me and said, do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar, and God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you. So keep up your courage, for I have faith in God that it will happen just the way he told me. Nevertheless, we must run aground on some island. We'll stop there. I want to thank you guys for going on this journey with me. We're going to continue after the book of Acts and the book of Psalms. Remember, don't let anyone go to the source yourself. Come to your own conclusions in prayer. Remember to ask yourself, what are you doing with your salvation?